What up, everybody? So I actually saw the Joker when it first came out. I would say the first that weekend, and I actually did make a review. I made a review in my car, but it was kind of like all over the place, and I decided I don't know, I just didn't like it. But I spoke with my cousin who actually just saw the Joker. I would say 2 3 days ago, and he said loved the movie. And he was actually looking at reviews, and we had a little talk, a conversation, and then he's told me, hey, I should post a review. So I know I'm technically 3 weeks, almost a month late, but I would like to tell you guys what I thought about that movie. So hands down, I think Joaquin Phoenix is the best Joker. What I mean by that, I mean his physically, the way he portrayed the character, from the Joker I know from the comics, but especially the one I grew up with was the 1990s cartoon animation one, and the way he got the laugh, the way he got the body movement, even skinny, the way everything is, I thought he was fantastic. I know a lot of people love Heath Ledger, a lot of people love Jack Nicholson. I mean, each to their own. I love Heath Ledger. Until I saw the Joker, Heath Ledger was my favorite Joker. Um, I feel like Heath Ledger did the Joker justice of the later Joker, like when Joker is more comfortable in the skin. I would say when he's been Joker for a while, and Joaquin Phoenix just did it perfect, as in like the beginning of the Joker. So this will be like a spoiler. That's the only way I could kind of like review it. I thought the way the music, the way they did everything in the movie, the cinematography, the music, everything fit so well. They even captured New York City in the late '70s and the early '80s perfect. My father even told me there was a strike, like a sanitation strike, about for a week or two. I think in 1981, 1982, around that time, and that's why the city kind of stunk the whole time. And the city was dark. It wasn't even safe. I know back in the days, my father told me, and from what I learned, is that not that many people used to visit the city, and when they did visit, people used to get like pamphlets saying, "Be careful, don't leave the city, don't leave the city, as in don't leave Manhattan, because obviously the city's five boroughs. Don't get on the train. There used to be so much muggings and killings. So they really did that part great. And if you guys ever want to see where the steps were, that's actually is in the Bronx. I believe it's 168th Street. I'm not sure in the Bronx. I forgot what train. Um, so about the movie. So basically, the way it starts off, I personally don't like slow movies in general, but this movie had to be slow for a reason and was perfect. I mean, every little thing mattered in this movie. Everything that happened. Um, Honestly, I really didn't want this movie to end, and I would love a second part, but then I really wouldn't, because I don't want it to mess this one. I think this is a standalone. It's perfect the way it is. So at the beginning, what I want to say about the joke is that basically you see him when he's acting as a clown, when he's in the school, entertaining for the kids, or when he's in the street, basically, with the signs playing around in the beginning. He has like this dance he does, it's just like a funny, joking dance, and I think that's who he is. But you see later on throughout the movie, he does this weird looking contemporary type of dance, or like modern type of dance. I actually took modern dance and ballroom dance in college. I had to, so it's like similar to like contemporary, I would say. And you could see the change, like when he was just himself before he became the Joker. He was just all like, not. I'm not saying he was happy. He said all he has is negative thoughts. I guess that was just a front, a fake way of being. But then his true self showed through his dance, through his contemporary dance. The way he was moving. So I would say every time he basically did a killing, he became closer and closer to the Joker. So in the beginning, you could see physically, mentally, he was fragile, very weak, fragile. When he actually killed those first three guys, the funny thing about this is that I knew he was gonna kill them. Like most of his kills, you kind of tell he is because of the music, the way it hypes you up. But even then, it was so gory, it was so gritty. I know a lot of people have problems with this movie about, oh, it's too violent, or it's mental illness, you shouldn't be showing it this way. Anyone can use it as an excuse, but honestly, I think the opposite. I think this movie had to be shown, because if the people don't get help who has mental illness, and they don't have the resources and help, just like how he didn't, Arthur in the movie, Arthur Fleck, he didn't have the help. He got his medicine cut down, and he thought he felt better, but he really didn't. He was going down a downward spiral. So when he got his first three kills, when he killed him in the subway, the goriness, he basically was shocked. He just ran out, and he was scared, and he didn't know what to do. And then finally, he basically ran into an abandoned, I wouldn't say abandoned, it's like a late night park with the bathroom, and then you just see him suddenly dance, like, and you can see the emotions through that dance. I feel like that dance was like a little way transforming him into the Joker, because after that each kill he did, he basically became more confident in himself. And I feel like the kill where he killed his mother, I believe that was the fourth kill. I think there was like 6 kills in the movie where he killed his mother. That's what he needed to do to disattach himself from reality, basically, and have no feelings. Because right after that, he killed his coworker or ex-coworker very easily, just like bashed his head and everything very easily. And each kill, like I said, it just made him more confident in himself as a Joker. And then towards the end, you basically see how he started a whole riot, a whole movement, and he thinks he didn't. And when he went on the show, at the very end, Robert De Niro's character, he basically was so confident the way he talked. And Robert De Niro's character asked him, do you think you could lead these people, or did you start a movement? He said, no, I don't think I could lead anybody. But in reality, that's like a foreshadow. He did foreshadow. Basically, towards the end, it shows that he kind of did. So after he shot and killed Robert De Niro, which was his last killing, everyone went crazy, And this story kind of takes, like, it's his own kind of origin, but it does kind of take from The Killing Joke, the movie, and obviously the comic from the 80s, and a little bit of different things, because the Joker really doesn't have a real origin story. Kind of has like many different types. But towards the end, you see him, he got handcuffed, and then he's basically on the cop, in the cop car being escorted, and then, the cop car gets hit, basically, and then all the people who support him saw him, and they basically lifted him up, and then at the very end when he stood up, he made that smile, kind of like Heath Ledger's smile, Heath Ledger's Joker smile, and then he saw that he actually led a movement, and he basically is the leader of this movement, and that, I believe, he gave him more confidence. Now, towards the end of the movie, you see him in Arkham Asylum talking to a different psychiatrist, and he's just thinking, and I got two things from this part. So basically, he just started laughing, and then she's like, oh, what's so funny? And he's like, oh, you won't understand it, you won't get it. One thing I'm thinking is that it's either everything was fake, because throughout the movie you saw that he pretended to have a girlfriend in his mind. He thought he had a girlfriend and all this stuff, but it was all kind of like he was delusional about that. Either that, or two, what I really thought was that right before that scene where he's laughing and she asked him what's so funny, they show Bruce Wayne standing in front of both his parents' body. And I think he's kind of telling the audience, like, oh, you just basically witnessed two origin stories, one of the Joker and one of the Batman. So that's what I got from it. But honestly, like, I also don't like watching movies twice. I don't know why. I feel like I don't want to waste my time, but this is one movie I would love to watch again. I would love to go back to the theater and check it out again. But hope I didn't miss anything. I don't want to make this too long of a review. This is what I thought. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was fantastic. Honestly, the best movie this year, possibly the best movie in the last 10 years. And possibly also, I would say, my top 5 movie, favorite movie of all time. Top 5, hands down the best Joker. And I kind of already knew Joaquin was going to do a great job. He's a great method actor, great facial expression, the way he does everything. But the way he did his body movement, the way he did everything, fantastic job. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please join my crew, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll try to push out more videos. I've just been really busy. Leave down in the comments what you guys, what you want me to talk about. Other than that, peace out, guys. Take care.